Hi Loomers, it's Michelle from Rainbow Loom, and today I'll be showing you a quick tutorial on how to make this long ponytail bun hairstyle for your person using the new Rainbow Loom 360 kit. This is the second hairstyle that we are showing, and there are more tutorials on the way. I also added some cool accessories to make my little person look like an alien pop star. The materials and band count will be in the description, so check those out if you're interested. Let's get started. I have my 360 loom base here and over 20 pegs. Because we are only learning how to make the head with this long ponytail bun hairstyle, I will just be showing the top of my loom here. I have my yellow tug tool nearby in case I make a mistake. Let's start laying down our pegs. The first peg will face the left on the third cavity of the first row. If any of the cavities feel tight, then you can turn the peg on any of the 45-degree angles instead. Then we have one in the middle facing down. That's it for the first row. On the next row, we have a peg facing down in the fourth hole, and a peg facing down placed 2 to the right. For the third row, we have a peg facing the bottom left on the left. Then another peg in the middle of our loom facing down. And lastly, a peg placed 2 to the right facing the bottom right. Now we can work on row 4. We are placing down 2 pegs on the 4th and 6th cavities. On row 5, we have 3 pegs facing down placed on the 3rd, 5th, and 7th cavities. For row 6, we are placing a peg facing the bottom right on the 4th cavity, and another one facing the bottom left, placed 2 away. On row 7, we are placing a peg facing down in the middle of our loom. This will be our person's chin. On row 9, and note that we skipped 8, we have a peg facing down in the middle again. This will be our person's neck. Now we can add the side ponytail buns to our person's head. You can make this as long or as short as you would like. Just keep in mind that you might have to move the arms to a different location if you are placing long ponytails just like me. In the middle of these side pegs here, place a peg facing the bottom right. Then another peg following its path. To finish off the bun, place a peg facing down, placed 2 below the start of the ponytail. Now you can place pegs in a zigzag like this, and you can make this part however long you'd like. I think this looks good, so we will do the same to the other side. Start off between the side pegs with the 2 pegs angled to the left. Then place the third one facing down. Now you can add the pegs for your pigtails. I ended up adding 2 more pegs per side for even longer pigtails. So this is my final peg layout for the head, and you can add the body pegs, starting with the ones next to your person's neck. I have my bands off to the side here, and the first color we will place down is our person's hair. I am using 2 colors today, and I will split those colors down the middle, so I will be placing down green and orange. Also, make sure that you check the description for the band count. Take a single band of your hair color and place it horizontally at the top of your loom like so. Now we will start placing down some double bands, which just means to place down 2 bands at once. From the top, I'm placing those double bands, which are green and orange here, down vertically. We will work on the left side of our person's face first. The hair color on this side will be green for me. Place double bands down to the left. Then double bands going straight down. Then double bands going down to the left again. And double bands going straight down. Now we will switch to our skin color bands, and I am using beige today. Take 2 of those and place them vertically on the middle of your person's face. Then do the same to the left side. And one more time in the center again using double bands. Switch back to our hair color bands. Place double bands from the side, leading to the center. And then with your skin color bands, connect them to the chin. Now we will do pretty much the same thing to the other side of our person's face. But before we do that, let's bring out our tug tool to help us push down some of these bands. Pushing down bands helps make room for more and also helps with looming later, since we can isolate bands so that they're easier to grab with our hook. Let's go back to placing down these bands. I will be using orange for this side of my person's hair. Place double bands in your hair color down on the right. Then double bands going straight down. Then double bands in your hair color going down to the right. And then double bands going straight down on the right side again. Switch to your skin color and place double bands vertically down. Then go back to your hair color and place double bands in the direction of the chin. And then double bands in your skin color connecting to the chin. Again, I'm pushing down some of these bands here. For the neck, take 2 bands in your skin color and place them from the chin to the peg right below. Let's add our pigtails now, starting with the left side. Get 2 of your hair color bands and place them from the top left peg diagonally to the left. With 2 more bands, do this one more time here. Using double bands in your hair color, stretch it horizontally to this peg. It's a little bit of a stretch, but your premium bands can take it. So this was the bun part of our hair, and now we will do the pigtails. Place 2 sets of double bands going to the left. From here, we will place bands down in a zigzag formation until we get to the end of our pigtail pegs. After that, we can add a triple loop cap band to the last peg here. Take a single band and you can use either side of your hook, or you can place the band directly on the peg and twist once and one more time so that there are 3 loops of the band on the peg for the triple loop cap band. Alternatively, you can use the back of your hook, place the band on, and twist twice so that there are 3 loops. Then insert the back of your hook into the last peg and push the bands down onto the peg. The last way to do this is to use the tip of your hook, place the single band on, and twist twice to get 3 loops. Carefully grab all 3 loops and place them onto the last peg. Now we can do the same thing to the right ponytail, but mirrored, and I will be using the orange bands now. So place down the bun using double bands. And finish it off with the horizontal double bands. Then we can extend our ponytail and place double bands in the zigzag formation. Then place on the triple loop cap band on the last peg. We're almost done. Let's add the tie bands to our person to keep everything together. Take a single band of your skin color and place it in a triangle shape on the upper part of your person's face. For the bottom part of the face, we will add a double loop tie band. Take a single band and twist it so that there are 2 loops of the band. Take those 2 loops and stretch it to all 3 pegs here. Make sure that your band layout matches mine, and then you can place the rest of the bands on your person, and I'll meet you when we're ready to loom the head. I have finished placing down the body bands and looming those same bands. I also started to take it off the loom. I left the arms on the loom just to show you how I altered the person design in order to accommodate the length of the pigtails. As you can tell, some of these colors are not in the 360 kit. I actually used 2 colors from the web store, Premium Red Jelly, which I guess is similar to the red, and Premium Black. If you're interested in more premium band colors, these are available on the Rainbow Loom web store, and there are more colors coming soon. Now let's start looming our head. I would recommend having your tug tool nearby, just in case you need to push down any bands. There are a lot of bands on this peg here, so I'm using the tug tool to push these down and isolate them so that it's easier to grab. Then reach into the peg with our neck bands, grab the neck bands, which are the bottom 2, and bring them forward. Now we will work on the pigtails. I will start on the right side first. We will stick our hook into this peg, pull back on the cap band, grab these 2 bands, which should be the bottom 2. Then bring those back to their other halves. Continue looming the zigzag pigtail part of the hair by grabbing the bottom 2 bands and looming them back to their other halves. Remember that if it's too difficult to grab both bands at once, you can loom one of the double loop bands at a time. Once you reach the head, we will loom in this direction, and we will stop here. So, loom the horizontal double bands over to the right, and loom these 2 sets of double bands up to the left. And we will stop here. We will do the same thing to the left side now. First, let's loom these zigzag bands until we get to the head of our person. Again, we're going to loom the horizontal double bands first, and then loom the remaining 2 sets of double bands, and stop once we reach this peg on the head. So we can loom the horizontal double bands over to the left, and then loom the remaining 2 sets of double bands up to the right. Then stop here and we can go back to our chin and work on looming the face. We will loom the right side first and then work on the left side. The first 2 bands we will loom are these 2. So stick your hook into the peg, pull back on any bands on top, and grab these 2. Then bring them over to their other halves on the right. Now we will pivot to the hair and loom these 3 sets of double bands. There are a lot of bands here, so you can use the tug tool to push down bands and isolate groups of bands if needed. Loom these double bands first. Then loom the set of vertical bands forward. Then loom these double bands going to the middle. Next, on the right side of the face, loom these 2 sets of double bands forward. We will do the same to the left side of the face. So loom these bands on the left here first. Then we will loom the 3 sets of double bands on the left. So loom these first. then these vertical double bands. And then these bands going to the right. Then, loom these 2 sets of double bands on the left side of the face. Now let's loom the top right set of double bands in the hair. Then do the same to the left side. We're almost done. Starting at the chin, loom these 3 sets of double bands forward. The last band we're going to loom is this horizontal one. There are a lot of bands here, so you can use your tug tool to push down this band and isolate it so that it's easier to grab. Stick your hook into this top peg, grab this last band, and loom it over to the left. This is what your loom should look like when you're all done looming. Now we can finish off our creation. We will make this last band into a slip knot. From the side, you can see that there are 2 loops of the band on this peg. Use your hook to grab the bottom loop on this peg and bring it off the pin to make a slip knot. Tighten the slip knot by gently pulling on the remaining loop. It might not be secure yet, so we will tighten it again later after we take our creation off the loom. Use your hook to carefully remove your creation. Be careful about removing the last slip knot. And when your creation is fully off the loom, make sure to tighten the slip knot again to make it more secure. I also like to readjust some of the bands here. Now you can hide your slip knot, and I like to use the slip hook to do this. Just place a slip hook into your creation and place the slip knot on. Then you can pull it out and push your slip hook into another location in your creation. Then remove the slip knot from your hook and pull the hook out. If you want to, you can wrap single rubber bands around your person's pigtails and buns just to make the shape stand out more. After accessorizing, your creation is now complete. I added sunglasses, alien antennas, and a phone for my alien pop star. Here's another creation that I made using the same hairstyle, and I turned this one into a mermaid. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial on how to create this long ponytail bun hairstyle using the Rainbow Loom 360. If you make this, please tag us at official_RainbowLoom and use the hashtag RainbowLoom so that we can see your creations on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. We also host weekly giveaways on our Instagram called our Loom Star of the Week contest, where you can win some fun prizes, so be sure to follow us there. In the description box below, you can find where to purchase your own Rainbow Loom products, including the Rainbow Loom 360. We have so many kits available, and there's honestly something for everyone. We are also selling some Rainbow Loom products on our TikTok shop, so if you're in the US, check out our store, which has some exclusive bundles and deals that you can't find anywhere else. And again, thanks for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one.